Hey there, fellow Factorians. Onerous here with another episode of Let's Learn Bobs and Angels mods in Factorio. Yes, so much is happening. So much is happening, and yet still so much to go. Last episode we put together this little guy, which is kind of making. What do we got? We got carbon, we got coke, and we got plain old coal. So that is all set up. I did off camera put in this kind of arrangement so I could fit in a bit of a stacker and then the actual drop-offs. So yeah, I'm not like pumping too much stuff in here. I think that's just going to chug away, and these things are basically making a full belt. There was some issues with the number of clarifiers I've got here, which is kind of holding up the wastewater. As you can see, these end ones are actually running wastewater. I actually forgot that these don't have a time of 1 second. They have a craft time of 5 seconds, but they've got a crafting speed of 2, so it's 2.5 seconds. Actually, yeah, but I was basing all my calculations on a 1 second craft time. 400 liquid voided in 1 second, but it's 400 liquid in 2.5 seconds. Anyway, I'm not too worried about that. This isn't crucial to have that at this point in time. Now, I did get a comment in a previous video that I have been pre-recording these, so sorry if it's a few days after the comment's been posted, but it was Cognito again, and he mentioned that I should be using natural gas for the plastics, and we have put together this little funky thing here with the algae, and yeah, it's working. We're getting plastic. It's pretty slow going. We've got 2.5k in there. Do we have any in our logistic storage, or have we run out already? Oh, well, we've still got 1200 in storage, so that's kind of working. But what it comes down to is, if we have a look at this, this oil separation is producing 20 raw gas for every 100 multi-phase oil, which is pretty low considering that raw gas is what we're using for all these things down here. Now, if we have a look at natural gas produces 60 raw gas for every 100, and gas condensates and sulfuric wastewater, of course, always with the sulfuric wastewater, but it's much more raw gas, so we can use that and feed that raw gas in. We also get gas condensates, and they can be used to change the ratios of the oil refining. In particular, some of these changes, like later on, I think would become useful. But currently, 100 natural gas gives us 50 methane, which is what we're using. So we don't want to go for this one. But yeah, there are other uses for gas condensates. This could be handy. This actually dramatically increases the output of crude oil. So maybe we'll set this up. The other thing, as I was playing around before I started recording, if we look at synthetic gas smashes up the methane gas from natural gas liquids, which really is what we want at this point to make plastic. So how do we make synthetic gas? Well, we can use our residual gas, and we've got a lot of residual gas because it is one of the byproducts of this process. But not only that, residual gas can be created from our disgusting, where is it? Oil residuals, which we just have. We have 130,000 oil residuals. So this research, let's get that going so that we can make synthetic gas from residual gas from oil residuals, and then we can make synthetic gas from synthetic gas from residual gas. Nope, there we go. And where were we looking at? No, I need to make it. There it is. Yes, residual gas into synthetic gas. So that's quite a bit with the steam. So that's our plan. We might not get through that whole thing today, but we are certainly going to try. Alright, so what I want to do is I want to copy this whole thing, and we're just going to build this over here. I've got 8, and we'll there we go, perfect. We'll look at the timing for it in a bit. Now I want to leave some room to expand that, so I really probably should build it up here. We don't want it to combine with the other one. So I might actually have to cut that and get rid of that for now, because we'll need to change this to do natural gas separation. There we go. All right. So we get our raw gas, gas condensates, and the other stuff. Gas condensate, raw gas, and yeah, our sulfuric wastewater, which of course we'll pop a pump there, just like we have over there. So that is that, and we will bring in our natural gas. Now, what I didn't mention, of course, is I did set up some natural gas pumping over here. We've just filled up a couple of tanks, and here we have the output here, and there we go. We've pumped it out. Yeah, I've set it up for a bit more than what we actually currently have set up, but that's fine. So all I need to do is let's get this pipe coming down. I might put a pump here, which of course isn't powered, because why would it be? There we go. And voila. And now we have that. So let's go ahead and put down 8 of these. Not for any particular reason, but 8 just seems like a nice number. And there we go. Alright, why aren't you powered? Because probably the base is supplying power poles for some reason. I think we're mucking around here and we're actually inside the construction zone, which is honestly just a little bit annoying. Now, first things first, let's hook this up to where it needs to go. We could actually just do something like that. And we should get a stack more raw gas, which is absolutely delightful. Now, the one thing we've got to watch out for is the ratio of these things. Yeah, we'll see how that goes. But of course, yes, our gas condensates, which are a liquid, they have filled up straight away. So let's get a Jax tank here. Let's do that. Now, do I need one in? I think I need one in and one out. I think we decided with the Jax tanks. Yeah, something like that. Alright. And we're getting rid of our sulfur wastewater. Yes, we are. Because I believe we're also avoiding that if it gets too high. Sulfuric wastewater. Yes, if it gets too high, we are avoiding it, and it's not. Awesome. Okay, so that is our raw gas, and straight away this is going to be working double time. We're already backing up on raw gas, which is nice. So we could increase the ratio of these things, but what we want to do first is we want to get that synthetic gas going. Now, this is a liquid, isn't it? Condensates. No, I want to use it in the void recipe. Oh, we can flare it. Excellent. Alright. That makes life much easier. So let's just get our last flare stack. We'll pop that there. We will need a what is it? A overflow valve? Overflow. But we can't make one of those. We can make one of these. I'm hesitant to use those, but that's alright. What am I missing? Basic circuit boards. Huh, crazy. Let's just request some of those. Yeah. Basic circuit boards. Basic circuit boards. Give me 100 of them, thanks. And yeah, those other things should be alright. Alright, so we'll use that when that fills up. How are we looking? Yeah, that is increasing, which is fantastic. So let's focus on changing this ratio of our natural gas cracking here with our synthetic gas. So first of all, we need to somehow turn our residuals into residual gas, and that is done in a steam cracker. Alright, can we make some steam crackers? Petrochem steam cracker Mark II requires concrete bricks. We can't do that. Well, let's make one and then we'll make the rest of them. And this will be great because we really need to use these up. While I'm here, let's just get rid of any trees that are remaining around here, because why not? So we will need steam, which we will need some electric burners, and they were in the petrochem, weren't they? Yes, they were, and of course we're out of stone. Let's go run up here and quickly grab some. We can find some belts going the right way, maybe not. Alright, we're back in the logistics zone now. We should be getting a bunch of stuff. We've got a request here for bricks, iron and steel, which just helps us keep it going. So I should be getting bricks. There we go. Alright, let's make a couple of them. Do I have any of those little watery things? I do. We'll make a few more of them as well. Let's make 10 of them. Let's get our handcrafting going nicely. Got to use it. Alright, these are pretty handy. I might set them up with a section over in our auto build area, so we can just grab them as we go. They're not. They don't produce a whole lot of steam though, which is a bit of a downside. Did I end up making a overflow valve? No, I did not. Sticking with angels. Because we haven't actually got these yet. Am I out of Roboport range? I sure am. Alright, let's see if we can just do that. And I'm probably going to go out again, aren't I? Well, let's not worry about that. Just for like this minute. Alright, let's get our steam cracker. And I'm going to set up over here so we've got a bit of space to play. So you are turning residual gas, oil residuals into residual gas. And you also do residual gas into synthetic gas. Okay, so that is nice. So we're actually going to need that like that. Something like that. And you're doing... no, not that. You're doing that one. Okay, so this guy needs residuals and steam. And this takes 4 seconds to do 100. And that needs 100 steam. Alright. So let's kind of set this up with 4 of these guys. Just enough space. Just enough. And of course we're out of them. There we go. That's it. Where are we? Petrochem. Yeah, I can make another 5. Nice. Alright, so how can we get steam in here? We'll put our steam up here. Oh, look at that. We can quickly make our overflow valve. Barreling and fluid control. Alright. Might make a few of them. And while I'm here, let's not make those because we're out of some stuff. Alright. That is okay. Where are our electric boilers? Here we go. Now 4 of these, they actually, what do they use? 40 a second. So this would need 120 water a second, which is 2 of these. Yes, we're still using these, because why not? And let's power that up. Like that. Alright, we're going to need you to jump over there. There we go, that's it. And let's just see, there we go, yeah, they're all the same. So we can do that. And then all we need is one of these out. Like that. These fast stack inserters, they are. Alright, one there. Power that in. Alright, pick up from there, drop off to there. Pick up from there, drop off to there. Awesome. Alright, we'll run this all the way up to the top one. And then all we need is, how much of this does it need? 10 residuals in 4 seconds. Fast insert should be able to do that, shouldn't it? That one's got no power because we don't have that one there. Alright. We've got no steam, we've got no power on that one. Oh, I think I shift clicked it at some time. I did hear the thing going. Alright, why have we got no steam? Because I haven't set these as water. Of course not. There we go. Alright, and yeah, we're definitely just keeping up with that. Gets up to 20 and then goes down. Cool. Oh, it stopped because it's maxed out. Alright. So, again, I wonder if we'll actually get enough steam out of this. I don't think we will, but we'll give it a go. That needs to go the other way. Alright, let's copy that to there. Nope, not to there, of course. That would be silly. Let's copy it to there. There we go. Alright, and then we need something like this. And that. It's actually going to work out pretty nicely, I would say. Oops, not that one, that one. And of course I missed a pipe, but that's alright. Good old squeak through makes life just a little bit easier, doesn't it? Okay, so that is all connected, and our output is synthetic gas. The other thing we got to do as well is hook this synthetic gas into this setup here. Okay, that's actually what we need to do. Let's disconnect these ones. Disconnect those ones, because what we kind of want to do is something a little bit different to that. We want to have that as a supplement to this. So we want this to be the main output, I think. No, because we're flaring that off. Oh, this is so confusing. If this is the main output, if we leave these in, and then have, of course, a top-up valve, top-up overflow valve, we actually want a top-up valve. Make one of those, and there it is somewhere in here. That's it. All right. So if this gets too low, then we want to have the synthetic gas from over here join in, which we can do like that. There we go. Alright. That is nice. And so top-up valve allows flow if the output side is below 80%. Okay, that's good. So this will prioritize using our oil residuals, which are, yeah, just massively piling up, and give us synthetic gas. That's what we want. Synthetic gas. Yes. No, not Control Z. Control C. All right. Let's paste down these guys, and then let's get another tank somewhere here, because this is the one that's going to change. All right. So I don't want it on that line. I actually want it on that line. Right there. Well, you're going to have to do that. There. And We're gonna pump that in. All right, pump that in. Pump that in like so, and fill this up. All right, let's use those residuals, oil residuals. Why isn't that one working? Is it not getting enough steam? Actually, not getting enough oil residuals. Well, it is. I mean, it's barely. It's just keeping up, which is what we want, isn't it? If these are doing 10 every 4 seconds, that's using 10 a second. Yeah, so that's enough for a 15-second belt. That's cool. All right. So let's have a look at our residual gas gets turned into synthetic gas, which we want to use to do this one. And this does happen in an advanced gas refinery. Alright, we need to change that up. What do I need for advanced gas refinery? Don't tell me I don't have the stuff for it. I don't have the stuff for it. Well, we are prepared. That is nice. Prepared is good. I am actually going to flare this off as usual. We are out of flare stacks. Okay. Where's my topper overflow? Which way are you pointing? Up. There we go. Input side. Actually, I got to remember you got to put that there first. There we go. All right. What are we missing for our flare stacks? Petrochem, we're missing nothing. We have it now. Alright, let's make 5 of them. And another 5, why not? Alright, so that will be using... I think this doesn't look like it's making 10 a second, so we're actually going to be using up our oil residuals, which is nice. And let's get that flare stack in there like that, and powered up. Alright. And I feel like we should connect that power across there, so it's a bit of a loop. So that's a bit sad. We don't have enough to amp this up, but we can make some more gas refineries and steam crackers. I think we've got more steam crackers, but we need to make some gas refineries. There we go. All right. If I make another, let's just say 3, 4, 5. And totally disregard ratios for now, because we're going to be changing all that stuff around, and then we can add in those couple more steam crackers that we have. Fires, steam crackers, there we go. Yes, here we go. Stand in here and have these bots deliver me the stuff I need to make more gas refineries. Gas refineries, there we go. Let's make, let's say 3 more of those, and let's go with 2 more of them. Alright, thank you bots. Still got 20,000 iron plates, 12,000 steel plates, 5,000 stone bricks, so looking pretty good. Looking pretty good. Better not run away from these bots while they're trying to give me the goods. There we go, alright. Back to your tireless task of supplying the base with the things we need. Now, we will quite easily be able to support a doubling of this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Do I just double the whole thing? Probably. So I need another 4. I have enough to make 4 gas refineries. I do. Of course I do. And alright, this is where having the extra bits on the ends actually quite handy. Alright, 1, 2, 3, 4. Look, it's perfect. It's perfectly placed. And they are in the process of being made. Alright, well, while they're being made, let's jump over here and let's copy that to there, and then that Just double that. Don't need that guy though. Yeah, we've got the pipes for it. Ah, the base. The base guys are coming in. Well, good for them, I suppose. Let's again just do that. Let's copy that. No, not that. Alright. Let's make sure we do this right. Now that reminds me, it's probably here. Yeah, that's what we need. Alright, so this should just be able to be somewhat copied. No, that's not going to work, but that will. 1, 2, and then we can copy that. Let's put those pipes in for the future. Well, that's something we'll have to change, won't we? And okay, so you're going to be doing that from now on. There we go. And what's going on here? You need to have that and that. And that. Beautiful. Alright, so that should be doubling the amount of propane that we're getting. Once these other bits over here are connected, of course. And they're coming in. Alright, looks like the pipe is somewhat en route. How's this looking? It's still going up, still going down. It's kind of steady, isn't it? 192, which is what we want. We want that to be steady. Our crude is going to skyrocket. We're burning off most of our acid gas. Gas liquids are increasing, so, well, that's because we haven't had this built up. But this is one which is definitely going to change. We've got all these, yeah, going. I could change that to a jack, so I don't know. Static gas is coming in. Honestly, we might just have to rebuild this whole thing when we get to the point where we can upgrade our synthetic gas with our advanced gas refineries. But for now, that should be actually producing some more plastic. And yeah, we're actually backed up only because we've got this bit of plastic, and you know what, that really needs to be a input priority right. Little trick there, if you just build one next to you, you can copy and paste it, and there we go, it picks up the oh no, that one, well, that's the steel, okay. And look at that, we already did it. We're well ahead of the curve, which is wonderful. That probably still technically correct, but makes no difference because we're actually producing no steel because we're not making any more iron. This sapphirite is totally tapped. Alright, well, that is actually a really good day's work, I think. One thing we haven't taken care of is the gas condensates. So I think we will want to use them somehow. Gone are the days of just flaring without caring. That actually sounds pretty cool. We are no longer flaring without caring. We are going to try and use these. Let's have a look at where they could be utilized. So we have in the crude process, so 40 crude will now give us 40 mineral, 30 fuel, 30 naphtha. Naphtha? I think it's naphtha, but anyway. So that's 40 giving 40, 30, 30, rather than 100 giving 20, 30, 50. So the naphtha will drop. No, it actually increases because 40 gives that. I don't think that's actually an issue though, because we're already maxing out on crude. We're not using the crude that much. Now this one reduces the amount of methane we're getting, which is not good for us, but it does add naphtha. This one we don't actually have yet, but interestingly, how do we get thermal water? We mine it from a fissure with a thermal water extractor. And that requires blue circuits and titanium. Yeah, we're going to give that a miss. So there actually is nothing that we really want to use the condensates for at this point. Yeah, because our crude is quite high. If we actually reduce the amount of crude we're using down here, we're going to get into trouble. We are backed up on solid fuel, and we still got this coolant. Yeah, good old coolant. It's going to get used for something at some point. Alright, well, I'm going to call it there. I mean, we're at 30 minutes. This episode actually finished on time, which is nice. Now that we've got our plastic situation kind of a little bit more steady, with our natural gas coming in, I think the next plan is got to be going for the other one, not rubite, bobmonium, so that we can get not just our lead, but our tin, because the next big step for us is going to be a circuit outpost, a basic circuit outpost, basic circuit boards, and basic electronic circuits. So your standard green circuits. And to do that, we need solder. We need tin plate for our tin copper wire. Yeah, there's a few things we'll need just to work that through. Do we need resin? What is this? This is making solder, but we are making solder the other way, so we don't need resin for that. We will need wood though. We do need resin because resin makes these, what are they, phenolic boards or something? I can't remember what they're called. But they are needed as the base for, oh no, that's red. So we're a little bit away from that, but we do need the wooden circuit board. So we need to make a wood outpost, a bobmonium outpost, a lead and tin outpost. There's a few things that we need to make, and maybe we'll combine them all into one. We'll wait and see, but I think wood could be a good next step. Alright, well, love to hear your thoughts below, and again, thanks to Cognito for the pointing out that the natural gas ratio is actually much better for raw gas, and therefore better for plastics. And if you've got any tips that you can drop the line, I would love to hear them, because I am also learning Bobs and Angels, so any advice is much appreciated, and I'll see you tomorrow.